This is a video chart presentation of Bellhaven Copper and Gold Inc. brought to you by allpennystocks.com. I have to disregard the fact that the stock charts has this listed as Bellhaven Ventures. It is indeed Bellhaven Copper and Gold, and it trades on the Toronto Venture Exchange on the ticker BHV. This was one of our Canadian stocks to watch this week. You can see right off, had a rough day yesterday, down over 7.5%. Very low volume, about 13,000 shares traded. But the reason this chart caught our eye is because of the double bottom, holding a nice support at 20 cents. Did come out Monday and try to make a stronger move, closed up slightly, but came right back on Tuesday and gave the gains back. But it is still holding a double bottom and is trying to push its way above the 50-day moving average, which could be signaling an overall shift in trend for this chart. I see we've got the MACD trending upward, making higher lows, also making higher highs. That's why I think it's important to watch this chart right now to see if it's going to push its way through zero and go up there and make the new higher high to continue the upward channel to show a strengthening trend and a push into bullishness off this double bottom. PPO similarly trending upward, making an upward channel, but fighting to get its way through zero. PPO down very low. When I look for those levels around 10, I look for a direction to be chosen and for some strength to be added to that direction. With the recent bounce off the bottom, MFIs have pushed through 50. Higher prices are being paid for shares right now. You see, this is basically held on the lower half of that indicator as the stock price has been falling. Now even the stock wants to pull back. It's important it holds the upper half of the indicator to continue to show bullishness. Accumulation distribution has been basically trapped in a channel. That's probably about 6 months. It's encouraging that even with the price per share dropping like it has, the accumulation distribution has not had a bit of a pitfall. So if this is going to try and come off this bottom, I'd want to see this accumulation distribution start to push right through that channel. It's also encouraging that the shaken money flow is basically held over top of zero for the better part of the last year, signaling that buying pressure has been outweighing selling pressure. CCI is making higher lows. Again, it's related to the price per share. People paying higher prices to accumulate this stock. With the recent climb off the bottom as well, momentum has been coming into the play. Full stows pushed up near 80. These sort of bottoms, I like to look to the tricks. I like to look to the MACD. They're good indicators of trend shifts. And the tricks is still channeling upward and about to drop a bullish cross right now. RSIs just continually struggling to gain and hold momentum. Upper half 50 is bullish, lower half's bearish, pretty simple. Made the push once again, but then some immediate selling pressure, albeit on some small volume, is pulling the momentum right back out of this play. So I'll be looking forward to try and hold over top of 50, which means I'm going to want to see an immediate bounce and a move along those lines to get this RSI a little bit closer to 70, keep the long terms over top of 50. But of course, it always comes down to the candles. Bottom support there at 20 cents. Absolutely must stay intact, but I also try and find a higher level. Now, there's a little bit of support around 22, but I think 24 is a pretty key level because the 50-day moving average is pretty close to there. You can see it's just above 24, and I'm trying to identify bottoms. I want to see that stock price over top of that 50, holding higher support levels, and allowing this MACD to continue to push higher and show the trend is strengthening and creating a positive divergence with the price per share. Now to the upside, I do see a little bit of resistance there at 26. It's not that great. I see it starting to pick up at 28, but the key level is going to be right there around 31.5. Hasn't been above that since early on in May. And as it's making this pattern, it's certainly serving as a definitive resistance point. As I mentioned, it's a lower volume play. The 13,000 shares traded is a little less than its 3-month average. So I'll be looking for increases in volume on support levels to show that people are seeing it as a buying opportunity. And as it approaches this 31-cent mark, I'd like to see a definitive escalation in volume, maybe 500,000 or 700,000 shares to try and challenge that key resistance point and blow through it. It's an interesting chart with a solid support, and it's in a key position right now because it's one of those make or break sort of points where it's going to have to kick it in gear in the near future if it's going to continue to show a shift in trend and a shift in momentum. So those are the type of things that I'd be looking for in the BHV chart, but as always, it's merely my interpretation. I'm not a financial consultant. Strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure, and do not base any investment decisions upon any material found on the website and/or video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching and trade smart.